taking Christ beyond boundaries.
The Salvation Army, an international religious and humanitarian organization, was founded in London in 1865 by William and Catherine Booth. The meeting that meets at tents in an old burial ground now exists in over 130 countries globally. In 1920, at the shores of Eko, the Salvation Army missionaries landed and held their first meeting at CMS. And ever since, the church has been waxing stronger. The ministry of the Salvation Army started early to meet human needs, as William instructed his son Bramwell to do something when he complained about the suffering of the people and the inability of the policymakers to meet their basic needs. As it is the nature of the Salvation Army to do these works, Nigeria Territory has been engaging in the front to respond when called upon. The first Boko Haram strike in Maiduguri in 2009 witnessed the Salvation Army assisting the most vulnerable and displaced people in both the mosque and churches, which was being used as the IDP homes then. Similar gestures was carried out at Jos crisis in 2001, Kalakato riot of Bauchi, the Bongdong IDP camp, and the Onitsha flood of 2012. Here in Lagos, we have been on ground with the Keja bomb blast of 2002, Dana air crash of 2012, Okobaba and Adoeran Oroshoki fire disaster, flood disasters in 5 local governments in 2010, just to mention a few. Community development focus. The Salvation Army in Nigeria has been involved in many community and social interventions in the past 100 years of its existence in Nigeria, since 1920. As the organization continues to grow, what the Salvation Army looks to achieve through community development initiatives and interventions continues to grow with it, making evident impact in all we do to save the dying world and serve suffering humanity.
There are people hurting in the world out there. They need you, they need me, they need Christ. There are children crying and no one to care. They need you, they need me, they need Christ, and they'll go on hurting in the world out there, and they'll go on dying, drowning in despair, and they'll go on crying. That's unless we care. They need you, they need me, they need Christ.
What's the purpose of the Salvation Army? The Salvation Army, an international movement, is an evangelical part of the Universal Christian Church. Its message is based in the Bible. Its ministry is motivated by the love of God. Its mission is to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ and to meet human needs in His name without discrimination. Today in Nigeria, the Salvation Army runs numerous programs such as hospitals, rehabilitation centers, education, social welfare, humanitarian services, disaster management and relief, anti-human trafficking programs, HIV and AIDS programs, family tracing and counseling. Our primary beneficiaries remains the people and their communities. We are dedicated to seeing lives and livelihoods improved and developing communities by implanting our responses and initiatives through strategic approaches and intentions. As we have our slogan which says, heart to God, hand to man. And where there is a need, there is the Salvation Army. This is who we are, and we want to do more. The increase in internally displaced persons, IDPs, human trafficking, food shortages, and many more want us to do more, and your support is greatly needed. You may be asking, who owns the Salvation Army? The current international leaders of the Salvation Army and the Chief Executive Officer is General Brian Peddle. He was elected by the High Council of the Salvation Army on the 3rd of August 2018. What are the core values of the Salvation Army? 1. Compassion. The Salvation Army reaches out to others and cares for them. 2. Respect. We promote the dignity of all persons concerned. 3. Excellence. We strive to be the best at what we do and a model for others to emulate. And 4. Integrity. We are honest, trustworthy, and accountable. Education. Our schools are in more than 26 states of the Federation, which is educating in excess of 10,000 children. The Salvation Army schools are central to the mission objectives of many territories and offers an incredible opportunity. The Salvation Army School seeks to develop compassionate people of integrity and character with the relevant skills, knowledge, and understanding to achieve their full God-given potentials. This will be achieved by developing quality, holistic, faith-based, family-focused education, prioritizing vulnerable and marginalized children. Health services. For almost as long as the Salvation Army has been in existence, it has operated hospitals and clinics in most of the needy areas of the world. That remains true today, also in Nigeria. The Salvation Army works in all the 6 geopolitical zones in the country. Salvationists respond to the health concerns in their communities. In addition to church-based programs, the Salvation Army currently has 9 health facilities in 7 states, focusing on healthcare and the eye care. This includes 2 hospitals and more than 5 clinics and 2 rehabilitation centers. We also have children homes. Community development focus. The Salvation Army focuses on building the capacity of the community, local stakeholders and constituencies to help improve their living condition and well-being. Recently, the emergence of COVID-19 has become both a global challenge, leading to the millions of people hospitalized across the world and thousands of deaths. It is also a potent enemy on the economy of people and a nation. Most disturbing is the present reality of no specific cure for COVID-19. Critical to the global response to COVID-19 is that all containment and mitigations, systems and actions must pay adequate attention to concerns of the poor, the voiceless, and the vulnerables, especially women, adolescent girls, and children. The Salvation Army in Nigeria serves the community with diverse support, interventions as the country battles with the psychological, health, and economic devastation which has been brought upon by COVID-19 era in Nigeria. 82% of donations to the Salvation Army goes towards program services. The average charity in the world spends 75% of their budget on programs, whilst the remaining money goes to cover overhead costs like fundraising costs and administrative costs. That is why the Salvation Army has been acclaimed and renowned as the most trusted charity in the world. It is for this reason and much more that we have come to say to you, come join the Salvation Army to doing the most good in our society.
Come join our army to battle we know. Jesus will help us to conquer the foe, fighting for right and opposing the wrong. The Salvation Army is marching on, marching on, marching on. The Salvation Army is marching on. Soldiers of Jesus behind and strong. The Salvation Army is marching on.
TSAN TV, taking Christ beyond boundaries.